Hey, I'm Chris Spiker. This is the Lancaster Chamber of Commerce Minding Your Business show. Aaron Goldstein over there running the video camera. Thank you. First guest, show number 193, by the way, Anthony Bailey and Matthew Buck from the, what are you from? The Run for Grace.
Run for Grace.
AV Run for Grace.
Yes, sir. He's from Grace Resources, representing, and I'm for Run for Grace.
When is the
Dynamic duo.
Dynamic duo.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Welcome. Thank you.
When is the race?
23 days, March 24th.
March.
March 24th. March 24th. That's 25 days.
And what day of the week is must be a
Sunday, March 24th. Yeah.
Okay. Anthony, how did you get involved with the run?
Well, that's a great story. I'm a native of Antelope Valley, and unfortunately, I wasn't born into good circumstances. My parents were drug addicts, alcoholics, that interesting kind of thing. So a lot of chaotic nights at home. A lot of times when the police came knocking on the door. But luckily, I was able to get out of that situation. Moved out at 18, but unfortunately, I found myself into alcohol also. And so, from 21 to 35, my whole life pretty much revolved around alcohol, cigarettes, dingy bars, negativity, being being against yourself, sarcasm, that kind of stuff.
I knew that word touched you today.
Cheap humor on yourself, yeah. And woke up at 35 and I go, 14 years went by and nothing was accomplished. I mean, I had a job and I had a son who I was able to provide for, luckily, because I worked for the city of Santa Monica, but I didn't do anything other than that. I never had any dreams, no goals. I thought, okay, well, I survived my childhood, so this is great. This is like winning the lottery.
Well, you knew there was more.
Yeah, and I thought something kept bugging me, and I go, and so at 35, I said, let me try something a little different. So I woke up one day, didn't drink the night before, and went to church the next morning, and Pastor David Parker was up there on the podium at Vineyard Christian Church, and his sermon touched me. He was talking about negativity. Why are you so negative? That was me, Mr. Negative.
Wow.
Yeah. I thought, okay, is this kind of funny, weird show watching me? So that kind of got things started. Again, it wasn't overnight, but I started changing, going to the bars less, church more, the gym more, started getting some self-confidence, started hanging around more positive people. And then eventually my beautiful wife, who is my girlfriend at the time, came into my life, and she pretty much said, it's the cigarettes and me. And that was my ultimatum. When you have a beautiful woman in your life, I'm not going to give that up.
That's
so
a motivation.
Yeah. So I ditched the cigarettes, the drinking, and started hitting the gym more often and started getting more confidence. And then a couple years later, I decided to do my first marathon. And that marathon was actually my way of kind of shedding the skin of the person I used to be. So if I could do this, then I could do anything.
How many marathons have you run?
That was my first. Never thought about it. Never even.
So is this Run for Grace? Is this a marathon?
No, I'll get to Run for Grace I did my second marathon, and I thought, okay, let me do something for the community. I go, let me raise money for the less fortunate while doing a marathon. And I called Grace Resources, and they were more than happy to partner up with me. And so we called it Run for Grace. So now every LA Marathon, we run the marathon. Now we have a team. It's a team of runners. And not just me. Last year I did it by myself, but this year it's me and 4 other people. So now our goal is $20,000 by March 24th to raise for Grace Resources.
And you're running in the LA Marathon?
Correct, all 5 of us.
That's fantastic.
And so we all have a goal of $4,000.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Grace needs the resources.
Absolutely. As we enter our 29th year at Grace Resources, we're serving about 3,200 hot meals, or 32,000 hot meals a year, distributing about 22,000 grocery bags a year. We have close to 2,000 people that get their mail at Grace Resources. And then we are also focusing on prevention. So the grocery bags help, the hot meals help. And then we distribute hygiene items, baby items, like diapers and formula, things that are really expensive at the store that parents and families can use instead of having to buy that. They can use that to pay the light bill or pay the rent bill and maybe not become another statistic of a family or individual that's out on the street.
That's Matthew Buck. And how do you know so much about Grace Resources?
I've been with Grace Resources a little more than 6 years now. So I am the Director of Food and Volunteer Services at Grace Resources.
Sounds like you have it down to a science.
Well, it's something I enjoy. So they say if you do what you enjoy, you never go to work. So I feel like for the last 6 years, I've never gone to work. I feel like I'm just going and helping out however I can and not even call it a job. I'm just one of those that's blessed to get paid to do what they enjoy.
Well, Anthony, why do you support Grace Resources?
Well, when I was trying to think of who I wanted to raise money for, my mother was on the streets here for a few years due to her addictions. And fortunately, her last 4 years, she was able to get off the streets, but it was because of Grace Resources. They helped her with food and clothing and services and maybe give her a little bit of spiritual upliftment. So I wanted to, that was my reason for it.
And so I heard a little bit about what Grace Resources done and has done in the community. Who are the members on the Run for Grace? Who are the other
well,
four?
Yeah, we got myself, and we have my beautiful wife, Jenny. It's her first marathon. She is actually a survivor of domestic violence, so she touches close to her heart, and she actually is she's a big supporter of what Grace does for the children, like for Graceful Christmas in July. She was there face painting the kids, so she likes doing that. And we also have Lori Green from the Reston House,
Oh, yeah.
owner.
Yep.
She's an avid runner, so she's done many marathons. But her brother Losando worked for Grace, or helped with Grace Resources, and he passed away last year. So she is doing it in honor of him.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And we have Rima Rafe. She's a realtor broker for KW in Palmdale.
Yeah.
She's our adventure seeker. She's done a couple marathons. She's skydived 3 times. She does the Spartan runs. She just did 18 miles this past week. So she's doing her second LA Marathon to help us out. And then we have Chris Hamilton. He is also a native of Antelope Valley. He
Right.
is an instructor at ABC, and he has worked in the mortgage business. So he's seen people living paycheck to paycheck. So that's why that touched his heart.
Chris is a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I learned from the marathon is you don't really need to drink a lot of water.
They give a lot of water out.
Yeah, but I mean, just kind of run it through. Don't put gallons and gallons in your system.
Mm-hmm. It helps. It just goes right on out. So.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to stop to let it go out, and that's
Yep.
That'll put you in long lines at some of those porta
And
potties.
there's a lot of lines, too.
A lot of lines.
Mhm.
Well, let's hope for a cloudy day. Some of this nice, cool, cloudy weather when that.
That would be nice. That's the ideal weather for running.
How do people get in touch with you to make a donation?
Well, there's a few ways. They could go to the Facebook page, Run for Grace. It's spelled RUNFORGRACE, one word. They can go to the GoFundMe page, GoFundMe/Run for Grace Antelope Valley. They could check out the YouTube channel, Team Run for Grace. They can contact Grace Resources. What's the phone number?
The phone number to Grace is 661-940-5272, and we can do a credit card payment over the phone, or you can mail one into the office, and we are located at 45134 Sierra Highway in Lancaster.
Yeah, and they could also be, if any businesses want to be a sponsor, we're taking sponsors till next Friday. We currently have 6 sponsors. We have Bruce Hailstone Real Estate. We have Mountain View Resource and Services, Fun for You,
Yes.
Kimberly Mavers.
Yep.
We have Antelope Valley Florist, you may recognize them.
Yay.
And we have Pichico Productions. And today we took on another one, SMS Accounting.
Well, good
So
for
we have
you.
6 so far.
How about Grace Resources? Are they still accepting volunteers? They still need help?
Absolutely. We accept volunteers any Monday through Friday from 9 to 3 p.m. All you got to do is walk in and say you want to volunteer, and we will definitely find you something to do.
Mm-hmm.
Something to do, whether it's for an hour or for
However
all day.
much time you got, we'll occupy that time for you.
And the blessing that you get from volunteering is, there's nothing like it.
It gets to show you what you should be appreciative for. There's a lot of people out there that don't have what we have.
Yeah.
You get to see it firsthand when you go there.
And you do a little bit with Toastmasters.
A little bit. Yeah, I started about 3 years ago, and now I'm the president. So I've grown pretty attached to my club, Shop Talk Toastmasters. We meet on Friday mornings at 7 a.m. at the YMCA.
And of course, no one can go to those meetings.
Anybody can go to those
Anybody
meetings.
can go.
Anybody can go.
They just walk in, there's
Even
no-
you can come if you like.
And the parking is free?
Parking's free.
Yeah. The meetings usually take, what, about an hour?
It's an hour and a half, 7 to 8:30.
It's about the most positive thing going on in the Antelope Valley.
I keep telling people, when you walk in that room, it's like a whole nother world. When I went in there, I never knew anything about Toastmasters, walked in, and I was amazed by how much positivity and support that's in that room.
Yeah, I see on Facebook, because we're friends,
Mhm.
you're always getting the little guy, the little orator for, is that best speaker or best table topics?
There's best table topics, best evaluator, best speaker. See, we like to give awards out at Shop Talk.
Yeah, it's very, very positive.
Yeah.
So tell us again what's going on Sunday, March 24th.
The Run for Grace team will be running the LA Marathon to raise funds for Grace Resources. We have a goal of $20,000, and we hope with the help of the community that we could meet that goal.
Boy, I guess it's just a number, isn't it? Sounds like a lot of money.
It's a lot, but like Jeremy at Grace says, BHAGs, big, hairy, audacious goals.
Make a big number and just ask.
Correct.
And it's a couple of dollars, and it's lots of dollars, and it's corporate sponsors, and gifts in kind even.
Yeah, $5 can go a long way for somebody.
There's no donation too small.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Well, we've been talking with Anthony Bailey and Matthew Buck, and we're talking about Run for Grace, Sunday, May 24th at the LA Marathon. Hey, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having us.
You bet.